What's going on, y'all? Hope you've been living right. Here we are. We're gonna do another boat review. So if you subscribe to the channel and you're mad because I didn't do a boat review on my 4 years, 3 years, or whatever, sorry about that. Here we are. We're gonna get it done. Figured I'd get around to doing it. Likes, dislikes, things I'm glad I did, things that I'm mad that happened, and things, you know, that kind of thing. All around. But for everyone new coming into it, we'll kind of go over the entire boat real quick, and I'll discuss everything as I go. Hopefully y'all enjoy it laid out this way. Up here at the front, right there, we have the Minn Kota All-Trax 80-pound thrust 24-volt system. Works phenomenal. That spot lock is spotty. It sucks. It has a hard time keeping you in a 20-40 foot radius. It's gotten bad. The front, I have a mount here. It's a pretty nice mount. Better be. I made it. I'm pretty good at that stuff. Drawed it out, had someone cut it out, a piece of aluminum for me, had it bent, and that holds a graph. It's supposed to hold 2, but today's economy sucks, so who the hell can afford 2 graphs right now, right? Jesus. As you can tell, I got 3 rods there, 3 rods there. I actually had like 20 rods out on the deck earlier. Over here, we got a rod box. The rod box on my right, on the right side, on the side that you drive, for those that need to know exactly where it's at. All that's in there is my Mega 360, tools, paddle, throw cushion, that kind of thing. That stuff is in there. On this side, this rod box here, well, obviously, I got it loaded. 12 rods in there. Now, I said in my first one or second video on this boat, I would not put my rods in there. Well, I decided to go ahead and roll the dice and put my rods in there. They've been in there riding for 2.5 years now. No issues with the rods. So it's a great rod box, but I would love this tracker to do away with the tubes and go with the just open aspect, so your rods don't bend like that. Here are your 2 boxes in the center. Me, I put all my hard baits in the front one because it does go back up underneath there quite a bit. And here we have all my soft plastics with my fire extinguisher. Love having my baits in those compartments. They're easy access. I can get to them, no problem. Here we got a cooler, which is actually a trash can. Do not put ice in there. That thing is not a cooler. They say it's a cooler, it sucks as a damn cooler. Your ice would be gone faster than you put it in there, really. Cup holders freaking everywhere. 4 here, 1 up there, 2 back here. Baits, scissors, dye, super glue, baits. It's just more holes and cubbies for me to put more crap. I mean, I could have dealt with maybe 4. Jesus Christ. The console, it's typical console. Gauges, steering wheel, my graph right there, forward, reverse, go switch. That's the console. The seating aspect. Here is a problem I had pop up pretty much last year, but it really got bad this year. And that is my seat right there. My threads started ripping everything. Now, I think that is my fault for this reason. When I get in here, I put my weight all right there when I go to sit down. So that was probably my fault, I do believe. So I can't put that on tracker. That's probably me. My wife's seat and her sun umbrella that I installed into the boat. I have this bar that you can see. This is a steel piping that I put into the VersaTrack to help with that. And you can put a GoPro on it if you like videoing yourself. I mean, I put mine on my pedestal. But, I mean, this VersaTrack system allows you to do pretty cool stuff. Center box here, I got some assorted walleye lures there in there, but scale, dry box, 2 battery bank chargers, and I mean, as you can tell, lithium batteries, and that one's for regular batteries. And yeah, I mean, we'll get to that point here shortly. And up next, we have back here the live wells. Now, these live wells have been good to me. the last 2 years of doing tournaments, steady tournaments. Right now I got the plug in, so it's holding some water. I ended up having a fish eat a bait, and he ended up bleeding out, and I tried reviving him in here and it didn't work out so well. But those black strips usually go here for a divider that goes in there. The divider sucks balls. It does, seriously. So I kept mine out. It doesn't keep, it'll keep a fish that's over 3 pounds on one side. If it's smaller than 3 pounds, he's getting to the other side. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. As for the live wells in a tournament setting, they're great, but you have to put 25-pound bag of ice in there, and it'll keep it cold all day long. I mean, you want cold water anyhow, so if you're not carrying ice, you should if you're carrying fish, because they'll die in that box if you don't have something in there to cool them down. And I run 25-pound bag of ice in mine. By the end of the day, the water's still cold, but it's not super cold to where they're having a huge shock when you go to release them at the end of your tournament. So keep that in mind. If you're going to keep fish to release, throw a 25-pound bag of ice in the morning, put enough water in it before takeoff, just a little bit, just to start melting it with some G-juice. And as soon as you hit your first spot, flip the switch, let it fill up to where it needs to be, and it is perfect. They're not just dropped into just solid ice. That compartment there has, it's pretty sweet. I got my life jackets in it, and line and butthole wipes. We all need those butthole wipes. We only got those bad days out there. And then this one, extra clothes, line, lures, lighter, that kind of thing. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. The pants, the extra clothes in case, you know, I have a problem with the butthole wipes and, you know, I didn't make it in time or something like that. Here is the back box. Fuel cell, like 36 gallons or something like that. 30 gallons, sorry. 30 gallons. It says it right there. And the power station of this boat. This is new. I put this in last year. 2 Group 31 AGM batteries. A lot of people said it's stupid overkill to put that much power into these boats. Well, when you fish tournaments like I did last year, you're running your live imaging, you're running your graphs, you're running lights, you're running aerators, you're running all this power. One freaking battery is really not enough. You end up replacing that battery every year because you always draw it down so hard every tournament. I didn't want to mess with tournament or batteries for the next 5 years. That is why I went with the 2 AGM Group 31s in this boat. Now I ran power from those batteries in there, and you can see that red positive cable. I should have kept it black, but I made it red because, you know, oops. And I ran power all the way up front. Now up front, I put a fuse block to give me clean power for my cheater box, and to power everything else, because the one little wire that went up there, the dealer plugged all my electronic stuff into it, and I'm surprised it even worked, to be honest. And then as we turn the camera around, I got 2 Group 31 12 volt 100 amp hour batteries, lithium batteries. Those lithium batteries, I went ahead and dropped the dime on because tournament fishing. I wanted something that charged fast because I was doing back-to-back tournaments, and lead acid, one, they suck. And you put enough lead acid in the wind, they'll die in a day, and mine did. That's why I switched over to lithium. AGM, I didn't want the extra weight when it came to the AGM and lead acid, because this boat's already heavy enough with all my stuff in it, and I went from the 62 it used to run to 52. So I lost 10 miles an hour with all the weight I have in it. So I figured I'd cut some corners where I could. The motor right there, the 150 Pro XS, solid motor. Love that motor. I have not had an issue with it. I keep up on my oil changes every year, and it's been performing like it should every time we go out. No spit, no sputter. Now, I say that, but when I'm out on plane, or I get up on plane, I cavitate. I can hear that motor cavitate, and I can feel the boat either speed up or slow down when it starts cavitating. Why is it cavitating? I do not know. I don't know if more air is getting underneath the boat and just blowing it out, or it's just the prop needs to be redone, or I need to readjust my motor after running it for 4 years. This year, I'm really feeling it. Last year, I started noticing it, but this year, I'm really feeling it. So I believe it's the prop just starting to wear down, and I need to get it tuned. The dollies or trolleys that you want to call them, the DD26, I use these on this. I do not use a transom saver anymore because my lower unit actually has indentations where my motor went through the rubber from these fine roads here in the Midwest, with all the potholes and everything, and just started beating on that bolt in there, and now I got some indentations. That's why I have that. It is not a transom saver. It is a motor dolly, trolley, whatever they call it nowadays. I don't know. I'm starting to get hot, and talking is starting to become very challenging. But yeah, this is my boat. The only major issue I've had with this boat, I'm talking major, is where the whole of my boat split open in the weld. The middle of the weld split open, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because these boats are welded automated, and if you don't know what that means, it's welded by a damn robot. Well, there's supposed to be a quality control guy, which is the field I am in, to look at these welds. Well, someone really screwed up and missed a bunch of porosity, and I ended up getting a bunch of cracks down the center of my hole. I'll throw up a picture right here if I still have it. I believe I do, of what happened. Water got behind it and it blew out during one of the frigid negative 30-degree temps here in Wisconsin, and blew that weld out. And then when they took the paint off to repair it, they noticed another 2 foot back kept cracking. So Tracker warrantied it, which is awesome. And on top, because I don't have shallow water anchors or a jack plate, and that crap right there voids a warranty on your hull with Tracker, which sucks. I mean, I'd love shallow water anchors and I still want to get them, but if that stuff if it keeps doing that, I'm glad I don't have them, because I can't afford to have a shop fix it, because man, I guarantee it's not cheap. So as it goes for the boat, I love it, still love it. The wind in this boat, it sucks still. It ain't getting no better. It's aluminum boat. It doesn't matter aluminum boat you running. Aluminum boat's like a kite. That wind will send that thing flying everywhere. But it handles very well. Can I go out on big water? Absolutely. Still go out the lakes, or I'm still willing to take it out to Lake Superior and run, unless the wind's blowing. So that's the only thing. It can handle bigger water, but not too big. It can handle wind, just not too much. And I mean, for $40,000, it's it's a good boat. It does its job. Like I said, it gets you out, gets you fishing. I fish tournaments in it. I've won tournaments in it. I've made some upgrades, good upgrades. Some other ones can kind of questionable, like the cheater box and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that is it. That is this boat's walkthrough. Likes, dislikes. I mean, I don't dislike the boat. I love the boat. It gets me fishing. And if that's what you're looking to get into, is just fishing, I mean, there's plenty of boats out on the market. This Tracker 195 is a bit bigger of a boat. The 175, I know a lot of people that run the 175s and they love them. I run the 180 or the 195 because I wanted to compete against the fiberglass boats. They still got anywhere from 10 to 25 mile an hour speed difference gap on me. So I hope I get a better number than them to the guy getting to that spot. But yeah, other than that, it's a great boat. I mean, running 51, 55, if it's unloaded for the most part, 60, it's fast enough for these boats. Trust me. I hit a wake one time. I had a butthole pucker experience once before on that, but that's a story for another time. But if y'all enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe. I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna go home. I'm tired, I'm hot, and yeah, y'all keep living right.